live on YouTube. Hopefully we get this working. See if anybody comes in. Is anybody watching us?
Hello.
Oh, here comes some kids. Morning, come on in. What's going on, guys and gals? Morning. Hey, how are you? Good.
Some of y'all look sleepy.
Y'all ain't sleepy, are you?
No.
You didn't? Once you get up and do 10 jumping jacks every morning, you'll feel good.
How is everybody this morning? Good. Everybody happy to be at school?
Yes.
Everybody likes learning, right? Well, hopefully we can teach you some stuff today. First of all, my name is Brian. I own LakeHickoryScuba Center, which is just right up the street here, not too far. This is one of my assistant instructors at the shop. His name is also Brian. So we'll call me Brian 1. We'll call him Brian 2. Does that sound cool?
Okay.
Cool. And what we're doing here today is we're going to teach you about what it's like to be a professional scuba diver and kind of tell you the differences between a scuba diver and a professional scuba diver. We breathe underwater just like a normal scuba diver does. We wear the gear just like a normal scuba diver does. But we also get to teach. Just like your teachers teach you here at school, we get to teach people how to scuba dive. But on top of that, we get to do some really cool stuff. We get to explore all over the world. We get to go see some really neat shipwrecks and a lot of cool coral reefs. We get to study fish. And there's a lot of neat stuff that we get to do, right? But we got to have some specialized equipment to be able to do that. Because what is that one thing you can't do? Can't breathe underwater. Very good. So we have to have specialized equipment that allows us to do that. Well, what we're going to do today is we're going to learn a little bit about that specialized equipment. And I'm going to let Brian number 2 kind of go over it with you and kind of what it is, what he wears when he's underwater. And then I brought some special gear with me today. I brought my little girl's scuba gear. And we're going to let everybody try it on and see what it feels like on their back. How's that sound?
Sure.
Sound cool? And then once we get done doing all that, if we've got time, we'll kind of save all the questions for the end. Does that sound cool?
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm going to turn it over to Brian.
Okay, I'm Brian number 2, all right? I'm going to go over the equipment we wear underwater, okay? The stuff that's got to keep us alive and keep us safe while we're diving. First, I'm going to start off, this is what I wear. This is called a wetsuit. This keeps me warm. Even though water gets in it, my body heat warms that water up inside of it. It keeps me warm. It keeps my skin from getting abrasions from like rocks or jellyfish or some kind of something in the environment. And I wear these are the same kind of material that are the boots. And over here, where these are wetsuit gloves, they keep my hands warm, keep my hands safe from sharp objects. And this is the hood. This keeps bald head of mine right here. Keeps it warm, all right? Because when we're underwater, and you're underwater for a long time, your body heat's going away 25 times faster than it does in the air. So you get real cold pretty quick. And then for us to be able to see underwater, if any of you opened your eyes in the pool, could you see good?
Yeah.
But it was sort of blurry, wasn't it? But you could see, but it was very blurry. Well, our eyes are not designed to see underwater like fish are. This is a mask, so it puts the airspace between our eyes and keeps the water out of it so we can see like we're seeing in here today. And when I go down deep, the sunlight stops penetrating through the water, so it starts getting dark. So we wear a flashlight and turn that flashlight on so we can see just like in a dark room. This is how we breathe underwater. We all know that we don't have gills, we can't breathe like fish do underwater, right? In this tank is pressurized air. It's the same air that you're breathing right now today. There's nothing special about it. It's not pure oxygen, it's just air. And it goes through this regulator because this is under so much pressure This regulator and what we breathe in has to reduce that pressure down to where I can breathe it, okay? You hear that? That's the air coming out. That's what goes in my mouth. This system is called the buoyancy control device, BCD. Have you ever wore a life jacket before? So when you're on top of the surface with a life jacket, can you sink? You just float, right? So that's what keeps me on top of the water. So I just push air into this. It fills up with air. Now it's like a life jacket. But in order for me to sink, I have to let the air out. So when we go underwater, we're either negatively buoyant, which means we're going to sink, or we're positive, we're going to float. But where we want to be is neutral, where we're just floating in the middle of the water, and we're like we're flying. So when I go down, I just push this little button right here, puts a little air in this bladder until I get neutrally buoyant. Then I just start flying through the water. This is a dive computer. This tells me a lot of things. It tells me how deep I am, how much air I've got left in my tank. It tells me the water temperature. It tells me if it warns me if I'm coming up too fast. There's a lot of science involved with scuba diving. And right here, this is a compass. Anybody ever used a compass before? This is how I can find out if I can go a straight line underwater, because I don't have buildings or trees or stuff like that up here, you know, as a reference point. And in order for me to move through the water, I have to wear fins, because if I have all of this gear on without these, I can't go anywhere. I take these and I keep my feet like this, and it channels the water and it pushes me through the water. In just a minute, Brian number one is going to let you put on this gear right here that's his daughter's to see how it feels and how heavy it is. This is very heavy when we're up here on land. But when we get in the water, it doesn't weigh anything. I'm going to show you one more mask. This is called a full face mask. We do public safety diving, which means we may have to go do some underwater work or go search for lost items, or maybe somebody's went under the water and we got to go find them, and we need to communicate. Have you used a walkie-talkie before? Well, this has what's a built-in waterproof walkie-talkie in it. So if I'm wearing this full face mask to breathe underwater, Brian number one's got the same full face mask with this communication device, the walkie-talkie. I can push a button and we can talk to each other just like we're talking today. So we can tell each other exactly what we're doing, what we need to do, instead of trying to use sign language and hand signals underwater, which sometimes gets confusing. Got any questions?
Okay. All right, guys, what we're gonna do now is I'm actually gonna let you wear some of this equipment so you kind of know what it feels like. Sometimes people call us astronauts or Darth Vader because of the way we talk when we got the regulators and stuff in our mouth. But before we do that, we need to talk about weights, because this is one of the important things that we have to wear. And 95% of the entire world's population, if we was to push them into water, you know what they would do? They would float. And the reason is, it's called Archimedes' principle. It's one of the science or the physics laws you'll learn later on in school. And so we have to wear these heavy weights, and this is about 6 pounds, so it's not too heavy, but we gotta add weight to us to help us sink underneath the water. Now we can manipulate that once we're under there, but to get under, we have to wear weight. So this is pretty heavy in a sense. But the equipment, like Brian number 2 said, it is very heavy up here on land. Underwater, we don't feel it. Does everybody, you guys want to feel it here on the land? See what it feels like? Let's do this. Let's create a line right here. Everybody stand up. And one at a time, just come up. We're going to put the gear on you, kind of let you wear it, see what you think, and then we'll go to the next person. All right, just come on. All you're going to do is put it on just like a jacket. Put one arm in, put the other arm in, and I'm going to let you hold on to this right here. And I'm going to give you just a little bit of weight, okay? What do you think? Pretty heavy? Yeah, all right. Good job. Who's next? There you go. Hold on to that right there. I'm gonna let go just temporarily, let you feel it. You got it? Yeah, good job. All right, who's next? Hold on to this right here. You ready? Oh, slid off your shoulders. You got it? Good job. Hold on this right here. You go. You got it? Good job. You got it? Good job. Who's next? On to that. You got it? Good job. Looky there, like a pro. Here you go, sweetie. It's like a jacket.
Big backpack.
Yep, it's kind of like a big backpack, isn't it? Good job.
All your school books in. Right.
Hold on to the ready. Got you ready? Oh, about slid off your shoulders. You got it? Good job. Who's next? Got you ready? Awesome. Good job. Good dear. You ready? Look at you, just like a pro.
That weighs like 600 pounds.
600 pounds.
This one. Crazy.
Just like that. Hold on to that. You ready? Good job. Oh, there you go. Awesome. There you go. You ready? Cool deal. Good job. Hold on for that. You got all the way. Look at there. Good job. Not too bad, is it? Awesome. Hold on to that. Oh, about pulling you backwards. You got it? Good job. Good job. Hold on to that. Good job. All right, hold on to the rig. You ready? Good job. All right, who's next? Got it right there? All right, you got it? Slide it up on your shoulders. Good job. Okay, I want to do this. All right, I'm gonna give you some weight. There you go. Good job.
Pardon the interruption, but just wanted to make some announcements. The Auto Tech, if you were signed up to go to the Auto Tech anytime today, that is closed. They were a no-show, so teachers, if you want to slide in on another career, that will be fine. If you want to go to the gym or outside, if you were signed up for the Auto Tech, that will be fine as well. Just wanted to let you know that there is no Auto Tech here today. So 8:45 is the change to the next section. Also, the helicopter will be arriving about that time too. So if you want to make a 5-minute transition outside as you go to your next session, you're more than welcome to do that through the bus parking lot. Thank you.
Helicopter?
Pretty cool.
I might have
What
to-
everybody think?
That was awesome.
Pretty cool.
Yeah,
It's not too bad. That's a really light tank. The tank he's using is a lot heavier. This is my daughter's little tank, so it's not too bad heavy. But this is the equipment that we have to wear. Now, some of the coolest things about scuba diving, yeah, we get to see things underwater, but we get to learn a lot of science. Things like Charles's Law and Henry's Law and Dalton's Law and Archimedes' Principle And the big one that you need to know is Boyle's Law. So the older you get, the more science classes you take, make sure you pay attention, okay? Guys, I appreciate y'all letting us come out today.
I hear that.
Yeah, I hear the helicopter coming in now.
Might have to go
Yes.
see that.
I don't feel it. What's that?
Which part?
What's that?
This,
That.
The orange thing?
What are the wheels?
Oh, that's the crate that we
That's
use
hard.
just to roll it in. Yes, dear, you got a question?
Are you?
I have been scuba diving since 1988. I was 6 years old when I started. I've been teaching scuba since around 95.
I hear it.
Yeah, you hear the helicopter now, don't you? Yes.
Are you having dolphins?
I have seen a bunch of dolphins.
Has your gear ever get tangled underneath water?
It can get entangled sometimes, but we have contingency plans put in place. We practice for stuff like that, so we know how to get out.
Have you ever gotten chased by something dangerous?
I have. When we spearfish, everybody says sharks are mean. Sharks are not mean. Sharks are actually very docile creatures. But when you spearfish, sometimes they don't come after you. They come after the fish that you just speared. So yeah, I've been chased. Yes.
Have you ever seen
I've not seen a humpback whale. I've seen some whale sharks though. Yes. I've seen a bunch of sharks.
Have you ever been chased by a shark?
Just when I was spearfishing.
How many fish have you seen?
Oh, millions and millions and millions. Every time you go to the beach, there are so many fish there. When you get to see them, they are there. There are tons of fish.
Wow.
Yeah. What's everybody's favorite type of fish? Shark?
Yeah.
That's mine.
Dolphin.
Dolphins?
Dolphin. Dolphin.
Well, guys, I really appreciate y'all letting us come back out this year. We really enjoy this. Hopefully we'll get to see you next year too. Awesome. Cool deal. See you guys. You too. Yeah. Yes. Yep, they sure are. Well, we got 3 viewers. What's up, guys? We are do an intro for you. We're here at Catawba Elementary School for another career day, and we're just showing the kids what it's like to be a professional scuba diver. We've got several sets of gear set up here. I've got my daughter's gear, which we're letting the kids try on, and we're just talking about different aspects of scuba as far as the equipment, the physics, the science, and the math and stuff like that that you got to know, of course, to be a diver. I'm not sure how long we're going to do the live video, but we are doing different clips, so we will make a separate YouTube video of this career day. There's a ton of people out there. I don't know if y'all can hear it. There's a helicopter fixing to land right outside here, but they got a lot of people here today. It's just something that we enjoy doing. I've got 2 of us here. Like I said, I've got all the gear back here behind me. So we're just going to enjoy it. But I'll probably cut out the live video here short and just show you different clips in a separate video, just because the camera's about to go dead. But yeah, first live experience. Hopefully it goes pretty good for us.